There's, you know what I mean? There's fucking rock out about whatever.
You can hit that start.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and fucking get this party started.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to 3 Parts in a Birdie podcast.
Yes.
How y'all doing today? Good day. What's the day today, Cody?
Today is September 7th.
September 7th. We are rocking out. It's Saturday. Michigan is having a disaster performance on the football field right now, but hey, we're going to get over that. We have a few things to cover here in the golf world. In the past we've had the FedEx Cup, the playoffs. That's went on.
Playoffs.
Championship rather. Scottie Scheffler, outstanding performance. As usual, like we expected. But we're going to cover a little bit of that. We have a couple past golf rounds that we would like to talk about, Cody and I.
Yep.
And just get into the groove of things. It's been a little while, so sorry about that.
Yeah, it's been like 2 or 3 weeks, I'd say. I think 3 weeks.
A little busier than usual, but hey, that's how we are. That's how we are here.
And golf's coming to an end, so really there's only so much content to really talk about as we move into the fall and transition into football season.
Exactly. I think a little bit more golf simulator content you can expect on the YouTube channel this winter, because that's probably all we're going to be doing. We tried to get out a little bit this year and get some videos on YouTube for you guys. It was a little tougher. I've been working, the GoPro and things like that but I've been working on like a little bit, like trying to fine tune the voices and like the sound, everything matching up with the cameras. Try to incorporate shot tracers into them, so I'm getting less videos out than what I wanted, but
the production of the videos is better.
I think they're a little bit better. Yeah,
I agree, especially with the shot tracer.
That golf trip video, man, it's funny. A lot of the clips had a lot of music in the background, so it's like what I wanted and what I intended going into it, like how I wanted to edit the video. It's not gonna work out, so I've been struggling with that. It's taking me a little bit longer, but that'll be coming up here in the next couple weeks. I got most of it done, anyways. But yeah. What do you? Let's start off with.
We can start off with the playoffs. I mean, that's the most important part of golf right now.
Okay.
Going into it, you have the 3 different rounds. You have the St. Jude, and then you have the BMW, and then you have the championship.
Yeah.
And going into the championship, Scottie was up to the very first hole. He bogeys and Xander birdies, and then all of a sudden it's tied on the very first hole.
Yep.
And from there it was kind of
was that when you texted the group and said that was quick?
Yeah, I said that was quick.
Right, because I was I think I was at work.
Yep, we were all at work.
And I looked down. I'm like, well, we're in a group text. Steve, me, Cody, we're in a group. We have 3 parts of Birdie. Yep. That group text, and Cody shoots us a text right away and says, well, that was quick. And I'm like,
that's all I said.
Well, something went on.
Yeah.
I'm sitting there wilding away. I'm like, well, something happened.
Yeah, dude, it was one hole, his lead was gone after, this whole time of the build-up of, man, Scottie's got this lead, and it's his 3rd time, and he's fucked it up the other 2 times, like, what's going to happen? And then he bogeys the first hole, and then you really go, man, is he going to fuck this up for the 3rd time?
Yeah.
Damn, dude, that would suck.
There was that thought that came in my head for sure.
It crossed everyone's mind, but... he buckled down. He has this really good stat. I can't exactly remember what the statistic is on it, but it's bounce back after bogeys.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm pretty sure he's first in, like, the whole universe. Like, it's unbelievable how much he birdies after he gets a bogey.
Well, yeah, he went there, on 8 or whatever, he went birdie and then parred, and then what was it, on the back 9 there? He was like bogey, birdie. Yep. Bogey, birdie.
Yeah, exactly.
I was like, all right,
crazy.
All right, Scottie, you're on another level, my guy.
Every time you thought he was gonna like fall apart, he somehow pulled it together. I mean, on 8, like you just said, short par 4, drivable.
Yep.
Hits a great drive, lands in the bunker, green side, and we're all thinking, okay, he's either gonna get up and down for an easy birdie, or he's gonna par this hole. And then he fucking sculls it to the right.
Straight hosel shot to the right, man. And we were driving actually from around the golf. Yeah. And Cody has it on his phone, and he goes, all right, Scottie's in the bunker. Let's see what he does here.
Yeah, it should be easy.
And I'm kind of driving. I'm guiding the soldiers back home, And Cody's like, let's watch it. And I'm kind of glancing over at the screen, and I no sooner than I take my eyes off the screen to look up at the road, Cody's like, oh my God, he hoseled it. Oh my God.
Dude, it was crazy.
And I go, shut the fuck up. He hoseled it, and I'm looking, and I as soon as I glance back at Cody's phone, I see the ball rolling on the opposite side of the green,
in front of the green,
and next to that bunker there. And I go, holy shit, dude! What did he do? I'm like, that had to have been a hosel, right? They show the replay. You can see it clear as day. It's a hosel, you know.
Dude, it was crazy. It was a golf shot. I don't know if I've seen a player hit of that caliber, maybe ever, if not in a very long time. It was insane, but that really like plays into the nerves of even the best, you know. Going into that 8th hole, he ends up bogeying that. Colin Morikawa, he's off the back of the green, chips it close. I think he 2-putts for par, but he takes a hole there, you know, or a stroke, and next thing you know, it's a different ball game. So you think.
Yeah. There was that.
Scottie's just birdie.
Right, there was that moment there in that round where you thought maybe Colin had a chance to fight back there, and then
he thought he had a chance. He had a fist pump after like the 9th putt or 9th hole when he sank a birdie or something. Giant fist pump, like he knew he was in it.
Yeah, he knew it. Yeah, so he made that, and you know it was close. It got close there, and then Scottie, man, he works his magic. He just does his thing. Like we said here, you know, a bogey is nothing for Scottie at this point. You get a bogey, and it's like, I'm gonna get 2 birdies right after that. Of course. Almost, it seems like it, and he just has that way around the course where if you give him a lead at the start of a playoffs like he had, it's tough to come by. It's tough to beat somebody like that, of that caliber. When they're starting off with a 2-shot lead or a one-shot lead on everyone, you're already down, you know, and that is tough when you're versing Scottie, somebody who can bounce back like that, who's so magnificent, you know, around the greens, off the tee, has a ton of different shot shapes. He can, you know, work the ball from left to right, right to left, and the ways that he can just kind of guide himself through a course, even when seems like he's shooting quote unquote bad. It's pretty crazy what he can do.
Oh yeah, I mean we saw all last year with his putting being horrible, and he had 5 wins or something like that, and his putting was ass cheeks.
Right.
But yeah, the thing that I didn't think about until we were just talking about it right now is like a word I would use to describe Scottie now, and I wouldn't have used it before, is a closer. You know, he did it at the Olympics. He was down like 3 strokes going into the back 9 or whatever, and then shoots a 29 on the back or something crazy. He did it here. He's added that to his game. You know, he's been able to come back from 4 strokes or 3 strokes, or kind of sit around and watch them fall apart, and he can keep it together. But he hasn't been able to close. I mean, we started this by saying he lost the last 2. He had a 2-stroke lead.
Yep.
So, you know, he's a great golfer, but to be able to close out, like you just said in your monologue right there about how when he's in the lead, it's not. You almost know he's going to close it out for the most part now.
Yeah.
You know? It's very shocking if he doesn't, because it's just a part of his game now. He can hold on to a lead with no problem, which is a very, very few can do. I mean, even the best golfers we see, literally the best ones, Victor Hovland's and Justin Thomas's, like they struggle to hold the lead. They all do, and Scottie too. But he's getting so much better at holding the lead and just going, you know what? I'm just gonna put my fucking foot on their throat and see ya. Hope you can catch up.
Yeah.
You know, instead of hoping to get pars in a couple birdies, he's hoping to get birdies and a couple eagles. That's a way different way to approach Sunday round when you're up, you know, 1 stroke or 2 or 3 or 4. It's way different. And having that in him, you can see all year. I mean, I'm so excited for next year to see if he can continue it going. I mean, best year of golf I've ever seen. I've been watching golf for 6 years or whatever now, and that's the best the best year I've ever seen. So
it's been magnificent, and I like the word closer that you used, because that's exactly what Scottie's been doing this whole season. He's been closing out every tournament,
all of them,
and you know, given this lead, that he closed it out. That's what he did. Now, I will say kudos to Colin Morikawa, because if you didn't give Scottie Scheffler the lead here, Colin Morikawa would have won this tournament, and Scottie Scheffler actually would have placed 3rd place overall. Yes. So, you know, that's a little different, but, you know, you give somebody, like we were saying, who's so good, like Scottie Scheffler, a lead, it's tough for someone like that to really fall apart, you know, and crumble.
Yeah.
So yeah, I will say kudos to Colin Morikawa too, because he played absolutely phenomenal. Xander Schauffele fell apart.
I was just about to say, speaking of, Xander did fall apart, but kudos to a couple guys for this year. Colin, one of them. I don't think he got a win, but he played so well all year. Xander played very well all year. He was obviously the second best golfer of the year.
Yep.
I think Nick Dunlap had 2 wins. That was cool. Aaron Rye got his first win. It was a good year for some golfers.
Sorry to cut you off. I'd like to say Adam Scott. I'd throw Adam Scott in that. Yeah. Jason Day. Those two older guys. They played, some of the best golf that they could have played in the last 2 years of, their life. Last year, I'd say they played they played good. They played, average golf for them. But this year, they really stepped it up.
Yeah, the Australians.
I'd say 2024, they came through.
I wonder if because it's a President's Cup year, if that, makes a difference of, qualifying and...
I don't know. I think it just took them some time, and I think they figured something out this year. I think they had a few changes in their golf game that they made, and it really,
Day coming back from that injury
just shot him up, man.
He's playing so well coming back from that.
That's what I mean. He had a little hiccup there, but, he bounced back great. Yeah. And if you can bounce back like that on the PGA Tour when you're versing guys like Rory McIlroy, Jordan Spieth, Scottie Scheffler, Xander Schauffele, I mean, that's an amazing feat right there.
Oh, yeah.
To be able to have an injury, bounce back, and you're within the top 10, top 20, always. That is, you're playing great golf, and I would say, hey, that you're not looking at the Champions Tour anytime soon, right? You got plenty of years ahead. You're playing phenomenal golf, and I'd say Jason Day and Adam Scott, man, you have something in 2025 that I think you could win a couple tournaments.
Oh,
I think they have it in their game.
I think they do too, especially Adam Scott. I mean, that guy, his putting is so unbelievably good. His iron play, his drives. I mean, he's just fun to watch, honestly. Both of the Australians are great. It was a good year for Australians. Cam Davis had a win. It was a very good year for Australians. But like I said, maybe they were showing out for President's Cup. I didn't even think about that. But, not so hot years. You got Max Homa. You got Ricky Fowler, didn't have the best year. You got Tony Finau had a not so hot year. I mean, there were so many golfers.
Tony Finau was average, I'd say.
Ludwig Oberg had a good year.
Ludwig, definitely.
He had a good year.
Absolutely.
Hovland, not really. I mean, it was, Brian Harmon, not really.
Wyndham Clark, not really. He at the end of the year, he would get some sneaky top 10s. Like even the last tournament, I think he got a top 5. Nothing impressive, though. But nothing like where 2023. You're like, no. Nothing that impressive. It was really just a Xander and Scottie show all year. Yep. Rory had his moments. The biggest moment of Rory's year was him messing up at Pinehurst. Yeah, I mean, everybody's going to talk about the putting of Rory. The short putts that he's missed in multiple tournaments now. Right. I mean, even in the playoffs, he had that 3-foot, 4-foot putt that he missed. He lipped out. And it's like, man, is this another fucking one of those Pinehurst moments? I mean, Rory definitely has had his moments, for sure. He's been close to closing out. He just cannot do it. And that's one of the biggest talks in the golf world is, can Rory close it out again? I mean, I'm sure he can, but when it comes to closing out a major, because this would be his 5th major, I believe, or whatever it would be. I'm not even sure the number, maybe 5. But it's hard. It seems like it's impossible for him to do. Also want to shout out to Bryson DeChambeau. He got another major on that crazy bunker shot he had. That was about it for Liv, though. Bryson. I mean, Brooks and John Rahm, I don't think did too much this year. You don't hear much about John Rahm. Yeah, I know he won that tournament like a month ago or something, but that was his first tournament win of the year. He's seeing how fast stardom can dissipate. I'm kind of shocked that, speaking of, there's a 2v2 tournament coming up. Rory and Scottie versus Brooks and Bryson. I saw that. It's coming up in December. I'm kind of shocked they didn't do John Rahm. But I guess it's not like too shocking because Brooks and Bryson are great content. I'm not saying they're not. But John Rahm, he's just as exciting as either one of those. You have to have Bryson because he's the king of content on golf right now. He's the king. Yep. He's number 1 overall. The rest of the other 3.
But Brooks being there, maybe it's just because of the Bryson and Brooks thing, the chemistry that we've already talked about with them. But yeah, it was kind of shocking to me they didn't pick Jon Rahm.
They've grown to like each other.
Of course.
It started off as a little bit of a war, but they came to, cut all the bullshit from, each other and put that all aside.
Once they started making that money.
Well, I think, Liv helped that. I think being less in the spotlight kind of made that better for them. I think that kind of helped resolve things. They're playing on the same tour over there with less of the, surroundings kind of being all at them, all the commotion and whatnot. But they've learned to kind of handle each other and be a part of, like, quote-unquote team, with each other. And I think that it's kind of good, like, because they had that. It was like a big hiccup, a big thing, a big roar in the golf world. People seen it, and now, like, not, like, the people who don't keep up with golf as much, they're gonna see those two names and be like, "Oh shit, are they still fighting?" They're not necessarily. They don't know kind of the back ties of everything, and they don't know the background. How everything's been with those guys, and they're like wondering. But also, they're great golfers. DeChambeau is, a star in the YouTube world. He does numbers with his YouTube content, and he's a great golfer. Brooks, he kind of stays to himself, but I think that's going to be a good match.
Yeah.
Rory, magnificent golfer. We've seen it. He can crumble at times, but his partner, is an all-around great golfer, so I think he can kind of pick him up when need be. It should be a fight to the death, a good battle.
Yeah, I wonder how as it gets closer, we'll talk about the format and everything. I wonder how that's going to go. I don't remember in the old matches what the format was, like in the previous years with Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen and all those guys. I don't remember if it was alternate shot or 2-minute scramble.
I think it was best ball.
Okay, best ball.
Yeah, they took best ball.
So that should be pretty interesting then with both them, because, I mean, those Breaking 50 series, I haven't watched any of them, but I see some of the highlights with Bryson and Trump and John Daly and other people, and this latest one I think is Tony Romo, and he's just killing it with the golf content. I mean, even though I haven't been watching it, I know a lot of people are, and it's exciting to watch. The clips that I have seen are awesome. They're very funny.
Yep.
They're down to earth. They don't seem like they're trying. That's one of the main reasons why I don't watch YouTube, is because I feel like people are trying to show you something on their YouTube video. They're not just being themselves, and I don't get that with them. With Bryson, I don't feel like he's putting on this facade. He's just who he is. I mean, he's,
and that's a tough thing to do. Is like
it is.
You're trying not to put really like, I guess YouTube. You're putting out more of a performance, right?
Of course.
And it's like, how well can you do that?
Yeah.
And when you're playing golf, just in front of normal cameras, you're not putting on that performance. But like, he's entertaining to watch.
He's entertaining without putting on a performance.
Both scenarios. So, that is good to have.
Yeah. It's the Joe Rogan recipe, where you just be yourself, and people like that a lot more. And it comes true, because you can tell with his content. I mean, he's just out there dicking around. He's laughing. He's having a good time. He could hit a bad shot, hit a good shot. He's going to tell you exactly what happened. Oh, man, I did this, I did that. And more than anything, he's going to break down what is happening, like, scientifically behind the screen, which is just unbelievable to see. He had this acronym for golf, and I think I forgot it, but it's like something linear force. I can't remember it, but it was such a good acronym. It's about how basically your body, the idea of golf is having the most momentum with the least amount of movement in like a linear way, so that no strength is lost in terms of mathematically. And he's just so smart in how he does it, and I really like that he does it that way. I'm a big fan of math, and he introduces that, and it's so exciting.
Who do you think, if you got to make a pick right now, who do you think's going to win that match between those two?
Well, I hope Bryson and Brooks, but I think Scottie and Rory will. He's the best golfer in the world. That's a big difference.
He'll pick Rory up when he needs it, right? That's kind of what I'm thinking.
Especially if it's a 2-man
depending on what's going on with the format. But I think, I agree. I think you got to.
Yeah, I
think Bryson is going to carry that team, and I think Scottie's going to carry the other team.
You know what sucked? is Bryson didn't get to play on the Olympic team.
Yeah.
He didn't get to play for the United States, and I really wish he was, because that competition was great. John Rahm played well for Spain. I mean, it was just so much fun. Justin Rose was playing pretty well. And I would have really appreciated if we would have saw or seen Bryson instead of Wyndham Clark for me, or even Max Homa.
I like that. Yeah, take out Wyndham and put in Bryson. Yeah. I think I like that too.
Because he had such a good year. I mean, obviously he won a major. How do you win a major and you're not represented in your country? Like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a crazy one. Oh, this is where we're ashing.
So I don't know. That'll be a good match. So we've had a couple golf rounds too. I guess we can move on to the next topic. Yeah. We've been playing golf a little bit, maybe like 2 or 3 rounds since the last podcast. What would you say?
Hills and
what do you like about? Yeah, you played Lakes Taylor, but what would you say about? We played Tyrone Hills out here by my brother's house. It's in
it's in Fenton.
Fenton, Michigan.
Yeah, right off 23.
It's a pretty open track.
Yeah.
It was Cody's first time playing it. I played it 2 weeks in a row. What do you think of the course?
I'm a fan of the course. It's very open. It's pretty modest in terms of yardage. It was 6,054 yards for whites. I guess that's on the lower end. But it was pretty wide open. Tee boxes were in good shape. The whole fairways, the rough were in good shape. We struggled to find balls a little bit, but that's because the rough was so fluffy. So that's not a bad thing. That's fine. But you know what's really tricky about that course is the greens.
Yeah.
A lot of the greens are like humpback, so you have to really flop the ball up there, hit a nice pitch shot, land it up top. And a lot of the times we would hit shots, and Nick or myself or one of us would be up at the green. Because when you're hitting the shot from in front of the green, you don't even know where it's finishing. Like, you just hit it up there, and you're just like, all right, well, where'd that go? Sometimes it'd roll off the back. Sometimes it'd be close for 3 feet, and you didn't even know it. But I like the course. I ended up shooting a 93, which was second best round for me ever, so that was cool. And it was a very chilled 93. I had an 8 on the front and on the back on the par 5s. But it was fun. I played pretty well. I didn't lose a ball all 18 holes, so that helps.
Dude, your fucking driver is so good now. Y'all, man. Cody's definitely been practicing his driver because I am telling you, the dude pulls out his driver and he starts smoking it down the fairway.
That's the plan.
Fucking 260, I'd say, average.
Yeah.
If I had to guess, I mean,
if I'm connected,
dude. He had a couple hiccup shots, but dude, he was a lot more average off the tee with that driver, and it was
big difference in score.
Before he used to always use a 6-iron or like a 3-wood off the tee or some hybrid, whatever. He would never ever use that driver, but man, dude, he was connecting with that bad rider.
I'm eager to get to the tee box now. It's even on tight holes. We've had tight holes, a couple tight ones. I'm hitting driver.
Dude, 9.
Yeah.
Or not 9. 9 you hit a good one, but 18. 18 you hit a good one. Into 18. The wind.
Yeah, I did.
We had about a 20 to 25 mile an hour gust right into the face.
And I just smoked it right in the middle.
Dogleg right with trees on left.
I forgot
and
about
right. That. Cody smokes it. Down the middle.
Yeah. Yeah, it was cool. I had some good drives. Like he said, more than anything, I'm connecting. There was a hole that played, I believe, like 320, and I was about 50 yards short. That's the closest I've ever been to a green from a drive ever, I think, in my whole life, honestly. Except maybe hole 1 on Fellows up north. But, but yeah, it was great. Parred that hole. I had like 6 pars. It was cool. It was a very easy round for the most part, not much stress. Putting was okay. My chipping was the best part of my game.
Modest.
Yeah, it was okay. I had some pretty good chips. The second hole's a par 3. Second or third? Third hole. Second hole. Whatever. Third hole. Third hole's a long par 3. Hit a 6-iron. Hit it just left. Pin high. I have to cross a dirt cart path and a bunker. And then the flag's short side. It's right, 3 yards.
Such an amazing shot.
It was like 3 yards off the green.
Cody had 4 feet of green to work with over this bunker, and the green that he had to work with was downhill.
Yeah, it was awesome.
he went uphill, downhill, basically, to this flag. Hit a flop shot, landed just on the fringe.
Yeah.
The ball almost stayed up. I told Cody, I said, dude, the golf ball almost stayed up on the fringe there. It did like stop for a second, and then it rolled. And rolled perfectly down the hill to about
5 feet, maybe that less.
Not even.
Yeah. Save par.
He was like 1 foot from the hole.
Yeah, it was good.
Not even. I would say it was a tap-in. It was a little Timmy Cody tap-in.
It was a good hole. So that really got me going. And that was the third hole, especially with chipping. Because I had to play that shot. It was in like this grassy, like sandy. So I even, as soon as I pulled up, I go, oh, I got to play this like a bunker shot.
Well, dude, that was...
It's like a 15-yard bunker shot, though, not like a 5-yard bunker shot.
I didn't get even to talk to you. How was the lie on that? Was it, like, tight? Were you on grass? Like, was it fluffy,
it was
sandy,
dirt? It was like, you know how when the bunkers end and it meets the grass, sometimes it can be grass, but with, like, sand in it?
Yeah.
It was that.
Okay.
So, you know, I'm sitting on grass, but it's sand. So I had to, like, chunk it. I had to, like, hit it like it was a bunker shot. I had to swing all the way through it, like maybe a 1/4 of an inch behind the ball instead of like a 1/2 inch, like you would be in a bunker. Because it's still grass, so you can't do like a full bunker shot. So, and I told myself, like, dude, I just got to hit this like it's a bunker shot. And I fucking kept my head down, swung all the way through it, finished my swing all the way in the air. It got up in the air, landed just past the bunker, rolled down. Again, couldn't see where it finished. One of the many greens like that. And then Nick told me it was a great shot. And then it was a great start to that third
dude,
hole.
It was
kept it going.
It was a phenomenal shot.
It was cool.
You hit such a good shot there. It was crazy. Shout out to my brother Ryan and my cousin Evan too. We golfed with those guys. My brother had to drive 5 minutes to the golf course.
Yeah.
Evan, my cousin, my younger cousin, he had to drive from Brighton, which is like 20 minutes from there, so they didn't have to go far. Cody and I drove the farthest, but what a group. I loved every minute of it. The weather was good.
Dude, Evan had, I think, 5 or 6 straight pars on the back?
Yeah.
Was it 5?
Dude, he was going good. He was 2 over until like hole 7. But on that same hole that Cody was just talking about, hole 3, that par 3, Evan was in the greenside bunker, the bunker that Cody had to hit over.
Yeah. Yep.
Evan puts a great out.
He put it to like 6 inches.
To about 1.5 foot, but a little bit of a slider, maybe 2 feet.
I forgot. He did.
And he just he tried to hit a firm putt into the cup, but he pushed it a little bit, caught the edge of the cup, missed the putt for par.
You're right.
And it was such a good shot. Even his tee shot to get to the bunker. It was a little bit unlucky because he just overdrew the golf ball. He starts to hit on the right line there. He played it on the right side of the green. A little bit of a wind to the right to left, and pushed on the ball, just overhooked it. But
he can smoke his irons. I didn't realize his 9-iron is like a stock like 150, 160 club. I'm like, God damn, Evan, like.
It sounds like he hits the ground before the golf ball. Like, it sounds like he slap shots the grass before he hits the golf ball.
I'm gonna have to pay attention to that.
Listen for it. I know from hearing it.
Also, shout out to his older brother Ryan. Shot his lowest round, got a 99, broke 100.
Absolutely.
So shout out to him. And his drives were so money.
I don't know if he'll see this. I don't know if he watches the podcast or anything, but Ryan, great shooting, buddy. 99. That means
good.
Don't go too big yet. Don't try to be breaking 90 because you're gonna get like too crazy with it.
Dude, if you get the
your
putting
hopes
down,
are too high right now. I'm just saying, but
you're so funny.
You got to dial down the putting. I think you start at trying to break 92 next.
Yeah. Oh,
break
definitely.
92. Try to get to 90. And then once you get to 90, 91, 92, then you got to try and break that 90 mark. All right, Ryan?
The best part is he's got that course that's really close to him that plays open.
Yep.
You know, and you can swing freely.
Well, the thing with Ryan is he has a good tee shot, to be honest.
A great tee shot.
He can get yardage.
Yeah.
I'd say his biggest thing is his short game.
Yep.
And another thing too is he's still starting off a little bit, and he likes to overthink every shot and every swing. Like, I'm pushing it. I got to close the club face here. Oh, I've got to do more steep here, or good said, I got to do it like this. Like, we've said it so many times. You can't be doing that. You just can't be doing that.
He'll cultivate his own swing, and then it'll go from like correcting things every swing to maybe correcting, a couple times around.
Yeah.
Like we usually do. But yeah, he's
I think
he's enthralled in it. Yeah,
putting is the biggest.